What's going on, everybody? Just heard the news. The Eagles have had their first player opt out of the 2020 season. Marquise Goodwin has made the tough decision to opt out. So yeah. I would not be surprised if a few more Eagles players decide to opt out today or in the coming days. There's been a lot of. I think the first big name to opt out was Dante Hightower from the Patriots. Bunch of Patriots players opted out. That guy from the Chiefs, Dundee Tardif or something, I can't say his name right. Was the first notable player to opt out, I believe. Yeah. I think if more key players are gonna opt out, then they might as well just say screw the season at this point. I understand why players want to opt out. I totally get it. I understand they have wives and kids and elderly members of their family that they see a lot, so I understand that aspect. But it's not looking too good as far as football goes right now. And yeah, I'm really worried about the future of the 2020 season for sure. As far as the receiving depth chart goes, what does this mean for guys like Greg Ward and Quez Watkins and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside? What does it mean for those guys that are trying to get a starting spot in the receiving group? We assumed that a lot of us assumed that Goodwin was going to be. Sorry, the sun's coming through my window. A lot of us assumed that Goodwin was going to be a starter. But if he's not willing to play this year, then who's going to fill that spot? So a lot of uncertainty faced there. And just a lot of uncertainty for the NFL, especially trying to replace these big name guys that are going to opt out, and it's scary to think that. I wouldn't be too shocked if people like, I'm trying to think who, maybe, Carson Wentz, his wife just gave birth a few months ago. Does he want to risk their child getting sick? Obviously we know infants' immune systems aren't as up to par with ours, so there's that. I know Darius Slay's got a big family. Does he want to risk getting anybody in his family sick? That would be huge if he opted out. Let me tell you, he and Wentz both. If they opt, that's gonna suck. Then we have to listen to these Jalen Hurts nub slobbers just go on and on and on. So I kind of hope that doesn't happen, but I'll support them if they opt out. It is what it is. It's just, I would not be surprised if you see a lot of Pro Bowl guys, a lot of high-profile players, just star athletes just opt out of the season simply because of the risk factor, and it's scary for sure. After it was pretty much all but confirmed that we were gonna have the season. Obviously now training camp has just started. I would expect a lot more big names to opt out for sure. And a lot of names that we don't expect could opt out. Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, guys like that could very well opt out. We don't know yet. We don't know what these people are thinking behind closed doors. We just know what the media tells us and what the players themselves say. So, behind closed doors right now, I'm sure there's a lot of guys that are strongly considering opting out, which is scary because the talent levels on each team are going to drop down rapidly, and the whole way the NFL is going to look, just without these big name guys out there, it's just going to be confusing. It's going to be very sloppy. It's just, I think we might just have to say to hell with the season at this point. And it sucks. I really did not think it would have to come to this point. But I think we're at that point now where we just have to face the facts that some of these guys aren't going to want to play. They're not going to want to be willing to take the risk, have their kids getting sick, have elderly family getting sick. We still don't know which team. We know the Giants and the Jets aren't going to allow fans. We don't know which other teams are and aren't going to allow fans. I'm assuming the Eagles aren't going to allow fans. Just based off of the city's ruling and whatnot. And what our governor has decided. So, a lot of uncertainty, guys. This is a crappy situation for sure. But also, another thing I wanted to touch base on, some of my videos you can't comment on. I apologize. I'm still trying to figure out how to tell YouTube that I'm complying with the COPA Act or whatever, so I'm still trying to figure that out. Some of them you can comment on, some of them you can't, so if you are available to comment on this, if the comments are open, feel free to just let me know what your thoughts are, and yeah, I'll get back to you ASAP. Just give me anything that's on your mind, anything that you agree or disagree with me on, feel free to drop it if YouTube allows you, and I'll try to keep you updated. I know the videos have been coming a lot lately, a lot more frequently than I thought, but you might be expecting a little bit more of me later on this week. So, yeah, with that being said, just, I'll keep an ear out, and anything happens, I'll come on and let you guys know. So, yeah. Fly Eagles fly. Take care of yourself. Have a phenomenal rest of the week. Peace.